When we're looking at holistic and comprehensive policies to ensure the social, political, and economic equality of women, we need to make sure that we are not perpetuating other systems of oppression, such as heteronormativity or racism. There needs to be an intersectional approach to women's rights in the United States.
Dear future president,
I am an activist.
I am an actor.
I am a human rights activist and human being.
And we need to talk about the next 4 years.
I need you as a future president to know that you cannot and will not mess with Planned Parenthood. Not only do they provide safe and legal and necessary abortions, but they also provide access to contraceptives and inclusive, comprehensive sex education that we need desperately here in this country.
as a Muslim woman, I want to feel like I'm part of breaking that glass ceiling and not like I'm being cut by its shards. A lot of times, these milestones that are celebrated as breakthroughs for women are really neglecting women of color, and sometimes they're actually furthering their oppression. Muslim women, especially Muslim women that wear scarves on their heads, are one of the most visible religious minorities in the country.
I would urge you not to speak over Black women and instead to employ them and give them voices. You're not going to always understand where I'm coming from as a Black woman, but what you can do is give me a platform to use my voice in which I'd help other people understand.
1 in every 3 women will get an abortion in her lifetime. Half of all people under the age of 24 will get an STD, and half of all Latinx pregnancies are unintended. Reproductive rights are at stake this election. Not only are many of our legislators planning on defunding Planned Parenthood federally and statewide, but we are also losing access to health care across the board if we don't fix the Affordable Care Act. We need to restructure our current reproductive health care laws and fix access to safe and legal abortion across the country.
We need our fellow men to come forward and just really take a stand. I know that it's hard to sympathize when we've never really been directly affected by it. I hope that you will enact legislation that will perpetuate equal pay laws and provide the United States with a sense of respect. That's really what it comes down to. No one should feel disrespected. Nobody should feel like they're working for less than everybody else is working for.
There is still so much more that needs to be done, whether it's a woman's right to choose, claiming that women can't make decisions for themselves or not treating them as human beings, or whether it's discrimination in the workplace, or whether it's the way in which sexual assaults are treated in the criminal justice system. There are so many points along the way in which it feels as though the system is stacked against women. So much of our rights and how we are to live our lives are at stake in these elections, and as president, you need to recognize that we are fundamentally human beings and we should all have the same rights and the ability to live our lives the same way.
Thanks for listening, and remember, women will be watching.